Oh my goodness, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport. Today, we are at the Tombstone FCCLA because they have the Nistan. What does the Nistan mean? To me, it means I get to taste test some of the food that's going to be at their next pop-up restaurant on November the 1st. All the details are in the post description. We're going to meet some of the kiddos who are behind this amazing event. If you've watched this before, usually we come to Tombstone High School a couple times a year, and we get to sample the food ahead of time as the custard critic and an award-winning food critic. I don't know what award I've won. I'm just making that up, but I'm sure I'll get an award someday, a future award-winning food critic. We get to see what these kids are doing and how you can be involved in it by coming to their pop-up restaurant on November 1st. We're going to meet some of the kids today. Todd's going to take 2 steps backwards, and we'll introduce the very first person here. If you could kindly tell us your name.
AC Carroll.
AC Carroll, how are you today?
I'm great, how are you?
Oh, I'm already smelling. I wish this was smell-o-vision so people could actually smell what's going on here. What is your role with Tombstone FCCLA?
I am the president of FCCLA this year.
Madam President. And if you could explain to us what FCCLA is and what it does here at the high school, what function it serves.
So FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. So we are the culinary arts. What we do is everything from catering events to pop-up restaurants, is which we're talking about today, as well as we do pop-up coffee shops for the students, and last year we did soups for teachers and just stuff like that.
That's awesome. So a lot of different things, not just for the school itself, but for the community as a whole.
Yes.
I love that. And continuing the tradition here, I mean, we've been coming to these things for a couple years now and seeing new generations every few years, and you're one of those new folks that we get introduced to. I forgot to ask you, what grade are you in?
I am a junior this year.
A junior! So we'll be seeing much more of you over these coming several videos that we get to do over the next coming several pop-up restaurants. And I know that would you like to introduce the next person that we're going to be talking to about the theme for this restaurant?
Yes, our next person is Silver.
Silver! Everybody clap for Silver! Good to see you again. Now,
Hello.
This is not your first rodeo with us.
Is not.
You've been along this journey. Tell us your name, what grade you're in.
I'm Shannon Silver. I'm a senior, so this is gonna be my last year here with FCCLA. My role within our chapter is the vice president of restaurant, or in simpler terms, I'm the restaurant manager. I make sure that we get everything for the restaurant up and going.
And that is everything from, you're talking like spoons and forks and knives all the way to plates and
yeah.
and
I make
ingredients?
sure we have it all. I make sure we have our front of house and back of house managers on track and make sure they have everything they need to do so we can be as prepared as we can be for our restaurant.
Have you done this role before?
I shadowed our previous restaurant manager. I feel like I did miss a few things, but I feel like I'm getting a good understanding of what I need to be doing.
No, it's so great, and it's so much fun watching people like Silver end up growing into these roles and seeing you over these last couple years, and knowing that this is your senior year of pop-ups. How does that make you feel?
I'm scared. It's kind of sad because the restaurants are one of my favorite activities and events that we do throughout the year because it's such a fun experience because the restaurants themselves are a wonderful experience for our students to have a chance at being within a restaurant environment, and it creates this understanding like, oh, this is how this goes. This is what I need to be doing. This is how much effort. This is how much focus. And it's a lot of fun. There's so much learning with it.
Well, I think you've learned a lot, and there's always more to learn, but can't wait to see how this particular pop-up restaurant on November 1st, you can see the details in the post description, here at Tombstone High School will be perfected. It's going to be great. Would you like to introduce the next person who's actually going to talk about the theme of this particular pop-up?
Yes, the next person is Jack.
Jack! How are you, my friend? High five. Good to see you, Jack.
See you too.
I'm a little intimidated because he's taller than me, Todd. You might have noticed this. I'm a very short man. But Jack, let's talk about the Nistan.
The Nistan. Okay, so we have 3 recipes here. So one of them is the und Hundre and Lagetag, which is a German 14th century recipe.
Don't patronize me. I know what a German 14th century Unlagendanghungkabel. I know what that is. But for everybody who's watching, they might not know. So if you could explain that to them.
Well, it is originally a chicken and salmon pastry. The next person will be explaining further on what it is in this restaurant. Another recipe is the ove plané, which is a French 14th century dish. And then our last one is farts of Portugal, which is an English 16th century dish.
Well, let's talk about the whole theme. This is obviously old Europe style food, not Renaissance fair food, not Ren fair food. We discussed that before we went live. This is how would you categorize this kind of food then?
It's very light on like the flexibility of ingredients, just because back then there wasn't really a lot of culinary entrepreneurship, but it still has some good recipes to try out, and I think that this restaurant can show a little bit of that.
So what you're saying is you're taking some of these old recipes and bringing them up to us here in 2024 to be able to enjoy today.
With our own touch, yes.
I love that. I forgot to ask you what grade you're in.
I'm a junior.
You're a junior as well. All right, so we'll be seeing much more of you. Who would you like to introduce next that's going to walk us through?
Abigail.
Abigail! High five.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you
Okay,
too.
first of all, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior as well.
And look at these juniors, Todd. This is fantastic. So you're excited about this being the pop-up restaurant
Oh,
here
yes.
today. What
I'm
will be
very
your
excited.
role on November 1st for this
So,
pop-up
on
restaurant here at
November-
Tombstone? Hang on, let me finish my
Sorry.
question. Let me finish my question. What will be your role at the pop-up restaurant here on November 1st at Tombstone High School that everybody can learn about in the
Oh,
post-description?
yes. So I am the back of house manager this year. I will be in charge of the menus, getting recipes down, making sure that we have them set in stone, and making sure that everybody in the back kitchen has a role and that we all just have this place, and so that we can effectively get every person's meals effectively and hot and ready, and so everybody can enjoy.
And this will be going from on November 1st. The reservation times are what, 5:30 to 8, somewhere
Yes,
in there.
it is a 5:30 to 8 reservation. So.
And there is an RSVP date, right? Like a RSVP
yes.
buy.
If I am correct, I think the end of the week is the last reservation.
And that's why we're here today,
yes.
because we want people to know about this and make sure that they RSVP
Yes, yes.
as soon as possible. So, Abigail, could you walk us through these
I
dishes?
would love to. We're going to start on
Okay, all right.
right
Now we get to go behind the table. All right, here we go.
Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say that this is all medieval recipes that we have just tweaked so that we have used same ingredients as what have we found in the Renaissance, or not the Renaissance, if I say Renaissance again, excuse me, the overarching theme that we just try to find the same ingredients, that it just makes sure that we all have it all. So.
What does Nistan mean? What does that mean?
That's a really good question. Hey,
What does that mean, Jack? What does Nistan mean?
What does Nistan mean?
Nistan is the Old English word for the nest.
Oh, the
The
nest.
nest.
And how ironic that you have the hive here,
Yes.
Tombstone High School, and the nest as well. So the nest experience from old world food brought up to 2024
Yes.
standards. What
All right.
what should we see first?
So let's start here.
Oh,
This is going
okay.
to be the first pastry that we have. It is a
Oh,
vegetable squash pastry.
A vegetable squash
Yes.
pastry. Look at this, Todd. And it's got some sort of glaze around it?
Yes, so this is a puff pastry with a roasted squash in the middle and caramelized onions. And the glaze over the top, you can see it is our take over a sauce / gravy / barbecue sort of thing that we just kind of incorporated.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, this is exciting, Todd. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. All right. So I want to make sure I get the squash and pastry all in one bite because I want to make sure it's all there
Oh, yes.
for the actual, and make sure I get enough of the sauce here. Here we go. All right. Cheers, everybody, to old world becoming new here at Tombstone High School. Here we go. Oh my. Oh my. The pastry cooked perfectly. And the way the squash is, a lot of times you think of squash either being, I don't know, too mushy or too firm. This is cooked perfectly. That glaze on there, that just sets it all off and just balances everything else out. That is absolutely
That's awesome.
incredible. Oh my goodness. This is just the starter?
Yes, sir.
You guys are in for a treat on November 1st. Oh my
We
goodness.
have a total of a nine-course meal, as it's just as tasty.
Nine
So,
courses?
9 courses. This is only 3, so.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I will savor each and every one of these. The caramelized onions, that's coming through right now too.
Oh.
I can taste those. So that took a little while for it to come on the back of the palate, but a fantastic job. Oh my goodness, I'm saying, okay, let's what should we see next?
These are the Portuguese meatballs, or farts of meatballs, or farts of pork. Yeah.
It doesn't sound as
it's more appetizing than it sounds, I promise.
All
So
right,
we
look
have
at that, Todd. Oh
yes.
my. Oh my. Okay, keep talking about it. I'm gonna cut into it here.
Okay, so this
Here we go.
is
Let's cut into
the
it.
Portuguese meatballs made with actually a date center, and it doesn't taste like dates, I promise, but it is a savory with another sauce around with it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see what this meatball is all about here. I'm always a fan of meatballs. Let me smell first. Oh. What else went into the meat itself? What kind of?
So we have a lot of different seasonings, such as well, it starts off with just a beef base with dates, multiple different seasonings, herbs, and other spices.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's see what this meatball is all about. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I just realized I don't have a napkin. But,
Oh shoot!
okay. There is a fruitiness to it. There's like a sweet fruit, like a stone fruit kind of flavor on the thank you. Yeah. I'm disgusting. And being able to offset that with the meat, and it really does taste like an old world style meatball. It tastes like something that, like I'm going back in time a few hundred years, but with the culinary twist of today, made by these incredible culinary students at Tombstone High School, that you can enjoy this on November 1st at their next pop-up restaurant, the Nistan. Learn more in the post description. Oh my. Okay, I'll definitely
So
say
if
that.
I would like to correct myself, I apologize. This is actually the that is a honey butter glaze,
Oh,
and
honey,
that
okay.
is the barbecue glaze.
Yeah, this is the barbecue
yes,
glaze. Okay.
Yes. Okay, and the last one we have, this is actually our little special treat, if I must say. This is
treat.
our mystery
What?
pie tart with
What?
a homemade whipped cream cinnamon.
Well, now you just gave away the mystery.
Oh no,
No? Oh, okay.
no, actually. So this has
Look at that.
a beautiful crisp topping and a tart around the side. The inside is actually what is the mystery. So if you would like to take a taste and just tell us how it tastes, and we will.
Okay, all right. So
go
there's
from
a
there.
mystery inside.
Yes, and it's not anything gross.
Oh, hey, look, I don't mind.
Just saying.
Look. Look, I'm game for anything. Here we go. Well, and is this a creme fraiche right here? Or what was that?
It is just a homemade whipped cream.
Homemade.
with
Yep,
cinnamon.
that's a whipped cream right there. Okay, all right. Here we go. Let's dip that in the whipped cream. And let me see if I can smell what the... No, I just smell the cinnamon, or the
Yes,
topping
yes,
there.
the cinnamon crumb topping.
Okay, here we go. Look at that right there. Absolutely gorgeous. You can have one of these on November 1st. But I get to taste test it now, and I'll let you know how it is. Hang on a second. All right, should I just put it all in my mouth so that way I don't see the inside?
It doesn't matter, whatever, I mean.
It's not a pumpkin filling, is it?
No, sir.
It is soft. Almost tastes like a little mini pumpkin pie, but that could be the cinnamon that you kind of get on a pumpkin pie. You have
So
that.
it tastes like a pumpkin pie?
I'd say similar. I mean, and it's not. Wendy's shaking her head, going, "No, you're wrong."
And we're not going to tell you either.
No.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not. Okay, so it's not pumpkin, but I think because of the crunch of the cinnamon on top of there, it does have the texture of a pumpkin pie. That cream or creaminess, the richness. That's a part of a pumpkin pie that is there.
Sort of an apple, but neither one.
Okay, all right, yeah, I would agree because it's got those cinnamons there, or the cinnamon flavor there. So to me, it tastes more like pumpkin than apple, but I could see either being that. But that is a surprise that will delight you, and oh my gosh, this is just 3 of the 9 courses that these young people will be putting together at Tombstone High School on November 1st. You can see the post description for the details. And this is incredible.
Awesome.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
gosh.
much.
Hats off to you. What are some of the other these 6 other dishes?
So a couple of them off the top of my head. We have a herb crusted pork tenderloin, excuse me, and a smoked chicken. Obviously the vegetable pastry, the meat, and the we also have another dessert that we are working on
Oh.
that is going to be a gingerbread roll, sort of like a pumpkin roll that we do here for concessions, but we just a little bit of a gingerbread taste to it instead of the pumpkin. We are also going to be doing a smoked cabbage along with our pork tenderloin and couscous to go with our, which is actually a fancy, like sort of like a grit mixed with a rice sort of like grain that is going to be with
Almost like a
our
starch
smoked chicken.
kind of side.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And along with mashed potatoes for something.
No, the fried.
No, the fried potatoes.
Fried
We have
potatoes.
fried
Fried
roast,
potato.
fried
Okay.
raised white
Changing our
potatoes.
minds.
Yeah.
But again, there's 9 different things. I don't know how you can
Yes.
remember all 3 of these, much less the
Yes.
6 others. So
That is what we're gonna do.
it's going to be a full dish. And I've been told that the event link will be posted by the time this goes up, or should be, give or take, right?
Yes.
The event link will be there. But you can find the link to the Tombstone FCCLA Facebook page in this post description. I know Todd's, I can see his mouth watering behind the camera right now. He's ready for some food here. So, Wendy, I know you're sick, and you know, or you have something in your throat. You know, I won't say sick, but I mean, you got something in your throat there that's causing you. But let's go say hi to her anyway. Wendy, talk to me about these kids, the next generation, the next generation here coming through Tombstone FCCLA. It's got to be a huge blessing to see the new faces and have these new leaders step up.
Absolutely, I've had a lot of really good retiring seniors over the last 2 years, and I do have to say my Culinary 1 students right now are on top of it. I am more than impressed with the new crew that's coming up, and the ones that have stepped up this year for our leadership have been amazing.
It's so much fun. How excited are you for the first pop-up restaurant of this school year?
I'm excited. And actually, as you've known in the past, we have done 2 per semester. We did take it down to 1 this semester because we are so busy doing between concessions and caterings. We did a pancake breakfast for Eldorado this past weekend.
I did see that on the
so-
Tombstone FCCLA Facebook page that you can see.
So we're constantly busy doing this, that, and everything else. And one more shameless plug. If you have something to, or nothing to do Saturday, Sunday night, come visit. Student Council, FCCLA, and FFA are hosting a joint haunted house at the old high school.
At the old high
As
school.
well
we
as-
know that was haunted anyway.
Exactly,
so now,
right?
now it's officially a haunted house.
Yes, as well as on Halloween. So
Oh my
$5
gosh.
a person, cash only.
Hey, that's fine. Again, for more information, you can see that all through the Tombstone FCCLA Facebook page in the post description. And I'm going to finish this amazing food here. By the way, I got to clap for these young people here. Very well done. Very well done. I can't wait to hear how it goes, and you can see it all for yourself on November 1st as you get a 9-course meal. Old worlds coming full circle to brand new contemporary styles and tastings on November 1st here, brought to you by the Tombstone FCCLA. 9 courses that's going to be absolutely delightful. Get your tickets now. RSVP. The email is in the post description. Their Facebook page is in the post description. Get in touch with them, and that event link will be up shortly, and you can register there as well. Thank you guys for letting us check in with you today. And thank you for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport here live at the FCCLA. Just right, the kitchen is right over there. That's where they're going to be making everything. It's where they made these things right here. Did you have an opportunity, like in a professional kitchen like that when you were in high school? I don't think I did. I still don't do anything in my kitchen other than the dishes. So I would be a good dishwasher. I definitely that would be my role with the Tombstone FCCLA. But you can enjoy all the food. You don't even have to do the dishes on November 1st. Check it out in the post description. Thanks for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport. Have a great day, everybody. We will check in with you again later on. High fives. My goodness gracious. Absolutely awesome. That was delicious.